Sandra Fitzpatrick. That's my usual name. I do taxes, investments, and insurance for people, and I do presentations and whatnot to help people figure out how to deal with their taxes if they're creative folk. Lee F. Patrick is my author name. I wanted to keep the two separate. Well, I make notes.
Nice.
I make as many as I can, because that, even if you can't deal with the thing right now, if you then go back and look at the notes and go, oh yeah, okay, that's what I was doing, as opposed to the, you know, oh, I had a great idea, I'll write it down and then go back to sleep, and then you look at that and go, are those words?
Yeah. Yeah.
You just can't deal with that, but you have to have something that'll trigger the memory.
Nice.
Because I tend to have a lot of ideas.
Nice.
And which is nice, but a lot of ideas mean a lot of stories going, tell me. So yeah, or if they go, hi, this thing really wants to be told. Well, okay, I'll do, you know, I'll do as much, you know, do it to make it go quiet, and then get back to what I'm actually trying to finish off. Usually, I've got the idea, and then it's like, okay, what have I already written a story in a world that this story would work in? Because sometimes you can do that, and it saves you an awful lot of world building.
Sure.
But other times it's like, okay, well, what is this world like? What, you know, is there magic? Is there not? Is it going to be more historical? Is it going to be this, that? So trying to figure that out can take a while. Or whose voice are you going to use?
Interesting,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's the main character? And then what terrible things can I do to that main character to give them reason to go off and do things? But roughing out the world is interesting, you know, and other stuff, it just comes up as you're writing. You're going, okay, well, I need a character to do this, or I need this to this world to be like this. And
Gotcha.
sometimes when you're writing and you think, oh well, it'll fit into this world, and it just creeps. It's like the car has got, you know, sand in the gas tank or something. It's just not. And then when you go, okay, right, this is the wrong world. Let's go to something, you know, just, okay, new world. Oh, bugger, not again. The fact that, you know, well, we keep hearing stories about, you know, somebody comes up to you and goes, oh, you're a writer? Well, I've got an idea. And you write it, and then we'll split 50-50. And it's like, no, it's not happening. The idea is I have this list. I have what I call bits files in my computer. And that's the little bits. You know, I get you know, you wake up and you're going, what the hell was I dreaming about? And it might be a story, so I'll write out a paragraph or 3 or 5, and you know, put the date on there, including the year, because I didn't used to do that. And then it was like, when did I write this? So I can go, oh yeah, you know, on, you know, September 17th of 2015, I had this idea. And then I can go, when I'm writing up either the forward or the, you know, a blurb about this, I started writing this story in 2015, but it sat as a, you know, a couple of paragraphs in the bits files. And I'm up to 5 bits files. Because eventually they get too long.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's. But yeah, the people, the average person doesn't understand how much goes into writing even a short story.
Yeah.
Because, well, for me, short stories tend to grow into novels, so that's another issue. I think about the writing. I'm getting better at finishing off partially written works. You know, I'll get to a certain point and then go, oh look, a new idea. You know, oh, squirrel. You know, new more, new story. Oh my gosh, there's that one. And so I have all these things on my hard drive, but I don't necessarily think of the marketing. I'm usually angsting over what the hell is the title of this book. I have one that it was going to be one book, it's now two. I think that's going to be it. And I thought of titles and went, it sounds like a romance. Shit, I don't write romance. I have a really, but it is a romance. So the romancy sounding titles are the ones that are going to be on there. I'm not going to say them because I have no idea when that is going to come out.
Do you think about the cover and stuff like that after the draft is done, or are you waiting until you've got a totally complete book before you're even thinking about all that?
I start thinking about the cover probably more around the 3/4 mark and
Nice.
kind of going, what could work, what might be the best cover to convey to the reader what this book is about. I mean, the bodice ripper romance ones were very easy. You had a guy and you had a girl, and that was all you needed.
Yeah.
But when you're writing like speculative thrillers or you know, some different fantasy, it's like, how can you attract the reader who's looking at this thing maybe on a table like the shared author table? How can you attract their attention and give the right impression of what's going on in the book? And you know, I may start going, well, I could do this or that, but it usually takes like 3 or 4 iterations of what might happen. I had one artist I was talking to had just learned a technique, and it was like, well, this is what you have to use for this book. And it was like, well, that doesn't really fit. It might fit better with this other book that I was thinking of, but it doesn't, you know, it's a great technique. It, you know, looked awesome, but
Yeah.
you know, it's sort of, it didn't say the right thing. Sometimes when I'm, you know, working the plot in my head, I think I do cross the line of like, okay, what can I do to the poor protagonist?
Nice.
Their lives are just heck. They start out being, you know, dipped in you know, burning lava and sort of pull back from that sometimes. But on the other hand, when it's time to kill the villain, it's like, okay, I want some good.
Nice.
I want some good stuff. Some people think, oh well, there's too much swearing in some books. I actually have to sometimes go back and add in swearing because I don't tend to. And one of the things I do enjoy about writing other worlds is that you can work out your own swear words, your own metaphors. Like, what does being confused, you know, say, I haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
That's a very earth, you know, that's this culture.
Yeah.
What can you use for this other planet? And for one of them I came up with, I'm in the fog.
Nice.
And it's like, you get it immediately, you have no idea what's going on around you.
Right.
You're confused, and it does the same thing. And that, developing those metaphors and, you know, what do people swear by? And if you've got different cultures in the same world, they're going to swear differently.
Sure.
That's usually gets put in quite late, so that when I'm writing, I don't try and invent it. It's like, what the swear are you doing? Because then I can look for swears.
Nice.
I can do the word search and make that happen. Lee does have a Twitter account, but I really need to get working on that again. But it can be found on Facebook under Lee F. Patrick.
Nice.
My books are up on both Kobo and Amazon. They can be ordered through the Indigo system and at various places. This is my first one, Alter Egos. You notice there's a sniper's reticule right there. A very, a business type of cover. And the main character is an assassin and also a financial analyst.
Nice.
He has some issues. I'm writing more things in his world. This one, the Alagno Heir, sort of Romeo and Juliet with mind control. At one point, there's 3 different people in his head.
Nice.
There's the original him, there's sort of an in-between him, and then there's a very different him.
Nice.
So, and the, things go boom. It's a very nice experience.
I like it.